Hello, everybody. It is Sheridan Mish, and you know what I'm here to tell you. I am here to tell you it's all going to be okay. And I am down here in the basement because besides the bathroom in my house, this is like the only place I can go to right now that is quiet because it is insane. With my wife and 3 kids here in the house, this is only 7 days in. 7 days into this craziness. And I'm telling you right now, this is the only quiet place I can find is in the gosh darn basement. One more. I don't even know what that's for. My son put that up there. You know, he was working out in the basement years ago, and I think it was like a motivational thing. He had like one more rep, one more set. I don't know. But gosh darn it. I'm like, one more day. One more day. But I'm telling you, it's all going to be okay. And I've got some things I want to talk to you about tonight. And the first thing that I'm going to tell you about is the fart theory of social distancing. So I go for a run just about every morning, and I love the time that I get to be out there by myself and just totally in the zone and just thinking, because that's all you can really do when you're out running is just kind of think to yourself. So crazy thought comes in my head. Again, this social distancing thing really is pissing me off. Bottom line, I'm just going to put that out there. It pisses me off. Anyway, the whole thing with the 6 feet, again, where does that come from? I talked about it the other day. I know I'm not going to belabor that issue, but where the hell does it come from? Who came up with it? Who said 6 feet? I know I gave you the tip yesterday saying how can you judge 6 feet? Well, if you go with your arm span, your width, your wingspan, that's about the same thing as your height. So if you put your arm out and somebody else does, you're not hitting each other, you're probably about 6 feet apart. You're safe to be in that distance. But is the 6 feet police going to come out and arrest you? No. Okay. So how far really should you be? How close is okay? How far is okay? So as I'm running, and it's cold this morning, it was below freezing. The wind is blowing and really freezing my you-know-what's off because it's cold out there. But your brain is going, and I'm thinking about, okay, if I've got someone next to me, and let's say I had coronavirus, or I had measles, I don't know, give me some disease, something. I got the cold, the flu, I cough. If I cough and someone's running next to me, right shoulder to shoulder, and the wind's blowing this way and they're standing here, does it matter that they're a foot from me? No, the wind's going to blow it this way, right? So this whole social distancing thing, then I'm thinking, man, okay, so let's say we are 6 feet apart. Let's take a 100 square foot room, put however many people you can fit in there with 6 feet distance between each other. All right? And let's say people are just coughing in there, or you're just in there breathing the same air, and you're in there for an hour. Over the course of that hour, all that air is just getting recycled and everybody's kind of breathing the same thing. But if we're out there running together for an hour and I'm running a 5K with 100 other people, what's better? Where would you rather be? With 5 other people in 100 square feet, all sick and breathing the same air, or out in the open right next to other people? Like, you're breathing, it's just going all over the place, and the wind is taking it. And then that's when it clicks. It's like, yeah, it's the fart theory. So, here I am, and I'm in my car, and I let one go. Well, guess what? My wife and my kids, if I want to be a cruel MF, I can just hit that lock button on the windows, and they're going to be gasping for air because their windows aren't going down. I got control. I'm the government, okay? I control you. You have to deal with it. Take it. Breathe it in. And you know what? It smells like shit, but it's not going to kill you. It's okay. So, how do we relieve that pressure? Well, we open the windows and we let the wind come through, and it's all okay. So that's my theory, the fart theory on social distancing. So, when people are saying you shouldn't be outside in the parks, the government, the state says, hey, the parks are free, you can go there. And then I just saw yesterday that 8,000 people are at a park. So what did they do? They closed it down. They're telling you to go outside, be active, be with nature, but nope, we're shutting it down. I just don't get it. Get outside. You can play, and seriously, think about it, right? Play 5-on-5 basketball. I don't care. You're breathing outside, right? It's not half court in somebody's gym at their house. I mean, take advantage of the fresh air, people. Get out there, enjoy, recreate, and just think about it, right? What is your relative risk? And that's really what you got to think about. So mark it down. That's what my crazy brain's thinking about, is trapping my family in the car when I let one rip and being an MF and hitting that button so it's locked and they can't roll the windows down. All right. Going back to family, I want to tell you the next thing is really about thankfulness and gratitude. And so I think that's something that I really enjoy every Thanksgiving. I say Thanksgiving. Every November, people go through their whole thankfulness. Every day they're thankful for something, thankful for something. We got to do that now. We got to do it now. And let's maybe not call it thankful, but say, I'm grateful. Let's start this movement. Let's start to just post what you're grateful for today. And then tomorrow, what you're grateful for. Let's put that positivity out into the world, and just thinking about that and putting something you're grateful for and that you've got that gratitude for in your brain, it's going to fire positive neurons. And it's going to let healthy hormones flow through your body, okay? So let's start that movement. Let's just start putting out there what we're grateful for. What we're grateful for. Put that out there, please. I want to see that. Put it in the comments so I can read that and see that. I see lots of comments, and I love seeing the reactions and interaction we're having. So I'm going to tell you, one of the things that we'll do, and Irene and I like to do it, and our daughters will go too. Andrew, I don't know if he has necessarily, but we like to just go hit up some thrift stores. Check out the thrift stores. Just see what's there. Have some fun. Check it out. You never know what you're going to find. So one of the things that Irene got in Maine when we went thrifting was this right here. It's this family dinner game. It's a box of questions. So, we've had this sitting since last summer, since August, on our table. And what I'm grateful for, I'm going to say right now, I'm going to tell you, and I'll write it later. I am grateful. I am grateful for what this coronavirus has done for us. I am coronavirus grateful that my family has been able to get together, and we've had more meals together, breakfast, dinner, with the 5 of us, than we've, in the past week, we've had that more than probably the past year. And the kids aren't getting any younger. Autumn will be going to college in another year or so. And Allison, I know she wants to buy a house. And Andrew, he's got some plans to go and live off the land with his friends. So, I want to empower them to do that and go. And so I'm thankful for that. That's what I'm grateful for right now. But this book, this box of questions, this little game here, here's something that I would like to see your responses to. Is this is one of the questions was, is there a household chore that you actually like doing? Is there a household chore you actually like doing? So this was great. Andrew said laundry. It's like, wow, the boy likes to do something. Because normally he's on Xbox, he's sleeping, he's working, but he does like to do laundry. Awesome. And one of the, I like to mow the lawn or shovel snow. Like, I like being outside. I don't mind the hard work. I don't care that it takes an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. I'm going to just work my butt off, and I'm okay with that. I don't like how long it takes necessarily, because I'd like to do some other things, but I'm committed to that process. So put your comments there and tell me, is there a household chore that you actually enjoy doing, and what is it? Please tell us that, because we'd like to see that. Okay. Coronavirus good news. So I want to share some good news with you. I just read, because I go and I am reading every day. I am putting in time reading about this, just from a public health standpoint. Am I concerned with our community? I'm concerned with the nation. I'm concerned with the world. And I know as a chiropractor that people who get adjusted are their nervous system is working better, and that's helping everything else work better. And so there's a huge advantage with that, and I'm thankful for that. But I want to see what's happening out there. And so I read today that there was a 103-year-old woman in Iran who just beat coronavirus. She was sick. She fought it off, totally clear. 103-year-old woman. So again, I know there's all this talk about once you're 60, and then anybody that's 60 years old and over is I talk to and I hear from. There's a lot, not everybody, but there's a lot of people over 60 that are really panicked. A 103-year-old woman fought it off in Iran. We're not talking about New York State. Iran. Newborns. In China, they're finding that newborns are being born to mothers who are positive with coronavirus. They've got COVID-19. They're actually actively fighting it off. And babies are being born, and they're born healthy. They're born without coronavirus in their bodies. They're being born healthy. That is something that is positive. Good news I want to share with you as well. And they've also been doing research and found that the coronavirus is not, from what they've found so far, is not passing through breast milk. So those are some good things. They are saying, however, though, that there's still that barrier that if the mom is trying to breastfeed, that she should wear the mask and wash her hands and do all that. And yes, I get it. That's probably a good idea to do that. And they're even recommending that maybe the mother has to pump and then have a healthy individual feed the baby. But they're putting in the research, this preliminary research, to find this information out. And so there's some good things that are happening, and I just want you to know that. And then another thing, I know that there's some moms that are really worried about giving birth, and that they're pregnant now and they're going to be giving birth in the next month or 2 or 3 months down the road. And they're worried about, is somebody going to be able to be with them? I just read today, this was released 2 days ago by the state, New York State, this is. New York State released a policy, and their guidelines is that pregnant women can have one person with them in the delivery room, in labor and delivery. So if they want it to be their spouse, if they want it to be the midwife, I mean, whoever it is that they're choosing, and I say midwife, I'm talking about like a lay midwife, not the midwife that's the nurse at the hospital. But they can choose to have one person. So that is great to see that they're actually still honoring that, and they've put it in writing. There's the guidelines, you can find it. It's on the New York State Department of Health. And that's also for kids. Pediatrics, that peds are allowed to have one person with them. So, I read about this woman, and this is tragic. This is not good news, but this woman that died in the UK just recently. And she was with the coronavirus, and she died alone. They would not let family be with her in her dying breath. And that I find tragic and reprehensible. If I have a loved one dying, I don't care if I'm healthy and that person is dying from that. I want to be with them. I want to hold their hand. I want them to go out. I want them to transition with compassion, knowing that the person, that people that love them are with them and having that contact. But that being said, I want to say thank you to New York State to at least saying you can have one person be with you, a pregnant woman, a child. So that's what I've got for tonight. I want to thank you for tuning in. Please continue to share this video, these videos. I am passionate about people being empowered. I'm passionate about people being optimistic and knowing that we are going to get through this. And as I've said day after day, I'm going to say it again. It's all going to be okay. I thank you. I love and appreciate you. And until tomorrow, have a great night. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love you. I love you, each and every one of you. Thank you.